Good morning, everybody. I'm reacting to this video by Mr. Madan Gauri titled TikTok Game Plan, something like that. Honestly speaking, I'm sure he has no idea. Immediately, he goes on a rant saying that TikTok is becoming an addiction to the youth, most prominently used between the age group of 16 to 24. TikTok has got all the data. Then he says, no matter what video you see, TikTok knows about it, and then it keeps giving you whatever in videos that you saw, and then immediately says you might have seen something inappropriate. Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to tell anything to anybody. Excuse me, what are you talking? Look, first and foremost thing, there are certain things you are not aware of. Of course, TikTok is the most popular app in today's world. Why have they become popular? Because they provide you tools and an interface by which even the lamest person who has got no idea of content making can make content. That is the reason it is very popular. Well, long time ago when TikTok was launched, it was banned in India. I do not know how many of you all know it. But later on they realized that the app was not all that bad publicity it received. So now it's basically used in India. Why this app is popular, why TikTok is popular. Mr. Madan is saying, oh, it will snatch your privacy and it'll take away your credit card. Now, the main question is, if a 16-year-old using, how will they have a credit card? Bank doesn't even give credit card for 30-year-old people, 35-year-old people, right? Because it is now, presently it is now asking innumerable number of formalities to be filled in. Anyway, I don't want to go into credit card issues. How can a 16-year-old guy or a girl can feed in the information, credit card information on TikTok? That's the important question to be asked here. Mr. Madan says, oh, TikTok is not like Facebook. TikTok is not like other social media. They go one step further in using artificial intelligence, capturing the user's identity, capturing the user's interest, and they target only that. So the user is always kept in that frame. He or she is never allowed to go beyond that frame. Well, first and foremost thing, you have to understand this. If you are on internet, there is no element of privacy. That is number one. Number two, he says TikTok is catching all the information. Let me tell you, if you open a website, any website for that matter, there are certain websites that place in what is called as consensus. That means you have to say, I agree. Then it will allow you to go into the website. What do you mean by this? It means they are tracking every activity that you are doing on their websites. You understand what I'm saying? No matter what, if you take one website, it will have so many advertisements. If your attention has garnered, or if you start focusing on one particular advertisement and start to clicking on, that information is captured and it is sent to the server, and they will use that information. So that, what does it mean? No matter whatever you do, they are taking your information and you are given consensus to that. He says there are a lot of minute information that TikTok is using, and they are using artificial intelligence to know, to track you, to know your personality. Let me tell you one thing. People are abruptly, inadequately, incompetently using the word artificial intelligence. Now, what is artificial intelligence? Imagine you're working on your PC. Suddenly your PC or your laptop shuts down. You start it again and then it loads. Maybe it got shut down because there was no power. Now, when it loads, after the loading gets completed, and if you had to use a Chrome browser, you will have a pop-up with a message. Do you want me to restore your previous sessions? Now, you have forgotten totally on what you were working, but there is a text box that appears saying, do you want me to restore your previous sessions? What is that called as? Artificial intelligence. You are not using an intelligence to think, oh, I've been working on this, so let me reopen that. No, your thinking is not working, but somebody's thinking is working there. So that is artificial intelligence. So this man is saying TikTok will use AI to capture your train of actions. Excuse me, every website, every social interaction, every chat engines, whatever you are using, will capture your activities, irrespective of what you do or what you don't do. To catch your activity is no big deal. You follow me? Suppose you're waking up every day at 6 o'clock and 6:30 you're jogging, and 7:30 you hit your home back, and 8 o'clock you leave your house. You drive a red car. Everybody knows your pattern now. You follow me? No big deal to know a human being pattern. But what nobody will know, what you have studied, what you have become as a person, nobody can judge that. That is completely hidden within, deep within you. Your potentials to achieve great things, your aspiration, your vision, your mission, your goals, those are all yours to keep. But when you're moving in the physical world, when you are interacting with people, everybody will know your pattern. There's nothing, no big deal. But people are always making a big fuss. Privacy is gone. What you people are doing, you want to be, you're so particular about privacy. I just cannot understand. Let me tell you this information. A top police brass of Tamil Nadu, he mentions that Tamil Nadu has been featuring in the so-called list, a blacklist, where people are using pornography on internet medium in a large scale. I'm not saying this. This has been a recent news. So the police commissioner or the police top brass, he mentions that people have to be that they are on the lookout for people who are watching unwanted things. I don't want to go into any detail. I'm just giving you a snippet what was released through via the social media with the information which was placed, and everybody knows this. I'm just telling you this. So why am I telling you this? People are always talking about privacy. My question is, what are they doing that they are in private that they are so much ashamed of? There is a saying in the English language, when the heart is without fear, the head is held high. So don't do anything nonsense. Let me tell you one thing. The then superintendent of police of Tamil Nadu, of Madras city, once during a parents-teachers meeting or a parents-teachers students meeting, he mentions this. He tells the parents, be careful of what apps your children are installing on your phone. Not now. I'm talking about 3 years or 4 years back talk. He was telling how his team were able to nab some culprits who had designed apps that had the ability to automatically switch the camera of the phone that they are installed in, thereby recording which are not to be recorded. It's not just one app, a series of apps. They had the ability to automatically switch the camera in the phone on and record things which are not to be, which are violating the individual's privacy. That is privacy. You follow what I'm saying? I came across this news where the manager of a hotel, he has placed cameras in hotel rooms. This foreign tourist comes up and apparently she has a phone which has the ability to check hidden cameras, and she spots it and goes to the police commissioner there and reports. These are all sensitive things. The app having the ability to switch the camera on, it's terrible. So the point what I'm trying to say is, Mr. Madan Gowri, he makes a huge fuss. I can understand why is he making a huge fuss, because TikTok in the first quarter itself, roughly around 60 million users, 60 million people downloaded the app just in the first quarter. 60 million. So it's become so popular. Now he's talking about America being concerned about the teenagers and their data being used. You know what? Let me give you an information. Today's teens are not the teens that were existing 40 years or 50 years ago. Their intelligence level is totally high. Their focus is totally high. Of course, they know the difference between the right thing and the wrong thing. I wouldn't buy into the argument what Mr. Madan is saying. Honestly speaking, TikTok is not some third-rate company. It has to be understood first. Right? Now, why they brought in this app? This app is specifically meant for influencers and content makers. If you want to reach the teens and the people who are in the age group of 21 and 22, TikTok is the way, because it provides that level of communication. Look, if you are speaking Japanese, you would be happy if someone who knows how to speak Japanese interacts with you. Simple as that. That's why TikTok is popular. It has captivated the attention of content makers and future influencers. Today we have a set of influencers. There is no way that these set of influencers will be the influencers of tomorrow. I don't know. Now, there are future influencers, right? So TikTok's market is for the future influencers. The reason that Instagram became famous is they provided the ability to take instantaneous film shots, instantaneous edits and post. That is why they became famous. Now, this man talks about Facebook, right? He talks about Facebook as if Facebook is the holiest of holy. That is the irony. They sold users' data to Cambridge Analytica. And there was a big ordeal at the US court. The US judiciary system cracked down on Facebook. I'm not saying this. You got to go watch the news because they have found out some inaccurate, unethical practices by Facebook. Of course, you all know what happened later. Facebook was basically came into existence because they targeted the university and college students. So then what Facebook did also isn't wrong. Even what Snapchat, that's a popular medium. Even what they did, they targeted the teens. Of course, that was their target group. Even what they did was wrong. So I cannot understand how this man is saying TikTok game plan. What are they doing? He talks about Jio. He says Jio launched their services, they launched their phones, and then they launched their towers. And then he makes a mistake. He says Windows did not launch their phones. He says no, Windows launched their phones. You have Windows phones in operational now. Okay, coming back to Jio, he says Mr. Ambani wants to get the details of all the users' information and he wants to hold them. And he considers this to be a big threat. What threat can this generate? Look, you want to buy a product, right? You go to the supermarket or go to a store. You want to buy an iron box. If you ask them a bill, they will write in all the details, your address and your phone number. When you give your address, you give to the person where is your location. All right. Now you are using a phone. When you say accept, your location is visible. How different is the bill that you get from the supermarket or from the store is from the one that when you say accept, your information going there is different. In both places, you're giving information. You understand? Now, these things are considered a threat only for those people who are doing something black society work. If you want to use your phone, you will have to accept their terms. If you don't want to use your phone, don't accept their terms. You don't need to accept their terms. You don't have to use your phone. Simple as that. In short, nobody is taking anything away from you. You follow me? Now, internet is a very sensitive medium. You have to get that. If you're using somebody's services, they are accountable for you because in the world that we are living today is not the world that our ancestors lived. Today, the world has become very sensitive. You do not know who's good, who's bad, who's worse. You have to be very careful in today's world. Major business transactions are conducted all over the world. They will need your data. They will need your information. They would want to know to whom their services are being provided. I don't think why everybody should be targeting Mr. Ambani. After all, he is giving the service. If you don't want a service, don't use a service. Simple as that. Let me reiterate about TikTok. Whatever Mr. Madan Gowri says about TikTok is inaccurate, is flawed, is adulterated, is scrupulously bent to hit the app. Of comments, everybody saying, oh, I didn't install TikTok. I didn't install TikTok. I'm proud not to install TikTok. Okay, if you're not installing, it doesn't mean the world is around you. You follow me? You're losing out something because TikTok is a game changer. That's what the whole world is around TikTok. No, I'm not saying. That's what the most popular. Gary is telling. One of the main reasons that TikTok is popular is that it provides you a set of tools by which you can become a content maker. You can become an influencer. So, naturally, Mr. Madan Gowri will be angry because he doesn't want any competitions to be on his reign. You follow me? For all the adulterated information that he is spewing. From the point of view that I wish to make here is, TikTok has got no necessities to take whatever that belongs to you. Okay, they are not some third-rate companies that are operating, from a thatched house or some rooftop. They are all very strong, future-based companies. They are looking into the future. That's one of the statements is that their users are not even existing now. Their users are going to be coming. If you don't want to miss the train, you hop on it. It's all about timing. It's a very ideal time for young people, for content makers, for influencers who want to launch. Because now, most of the social media is already flooded. It becomes totally impossible for any newbie, for any newcomer to crack it. Because they have their own subscribers. They have their own followers. So no matter whatever content a good guy, a good person or a good woman comes up and shares, it's not going to be recognized. So TikTok is a game changer. Game changer for those people who want to start afresh. So they don't want anything from you. If you are using their professional services, then there should be some way the payment has to be made. I don't know anything about the professional services. But as far as the app is concerned, it is very popular. John Milton said, a mind can make a heaven out of hell and a hell out of heaven. So there are a lot of people who are even using toothbrush, which is supposed to be used for brushing, in a very devious, putrid nonchalant, obnoxious, an evil manner. Toothbrush, can you believe that? So, an application so versatile, okay, meant to do good, meant to develop when constructively used, as to be used in the manner it was designed for. Good people, this is my opinion review on TikTok. Enjoy. Bye bye.